Right. So, can you please introduce yourself?
Okay. So basically, I love making websites and I know HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep learning to get better at building website fronts. And I have worked on
Okay.
many projects basically that improve my skills as well, and that
Mm-hmm.
taught me to work well with others and to solve problems quickly. And I'm excited to
Okay.
use my skills in your team to create great websites as well. So this is my
Okay.
introduction. Yeah.
Okay. So, can you please describe any your recent project?
Okay, so basically my recent project was Eco Travel Hub. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
website for a sustainable tourism, and I
Uh,
made this by using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript.
mm-hmm.
Okay, so it has an interactive map to find the green places to stay and to visit. And I made
Mm-hmm.
sure that it works well on all device and load quickly as well. So this project improved my skills in making user-friendly websites, and this project taught me about the sustainable technology.
Okay.
So it
Mm-hmm.
also showed me and how to design for good UI experience and to make them welcoming for everyone. So this is the project I made recently.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, have you used a CSS box model in this project? And if yes, so how does it affect layout and styling on a web page on your project?
Yeah, I just use the CSS box model in the project. So basically, the CSS
Mm-hmm.
box model is a concept that explains how each element on a web page is structured. So it
Okay.
includes the content and the padding and border and the margin. So basically, this
Mm-hmm.
model helps in arranging elements and defining a space between them on a page, and it will affecting how they will look and fit together. So this is the CSS model and how it affects the layout and the styling on a web page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what happens if you set box sizing to border box?
Box sizing to border box. Okay, so
Yeah.
basically, when we set box sizing to border box, so the width and the height properties includes the padding and the border also. It will
Mm-hmm.
not just include the content. So basically, this make it easier to size element preciously, and as the total width remain consistent regardless of the border and the padding size. So
Okay.
this will happen if we set the box size into border box, and it's an important concept. I think we
Mm-hmm.
mostly use this concept, box size in border
Okay.
box.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, can you please tell me a scenario where the margin collapsing behavior can affect the layout, and how can you prevent or use this behavior to or advantage in CSS?
Yeah, yeah, okay. So basically, the margin collapsing happen when two vertical margins touch and combine into one margin.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically usually
Okay.
the larger of the two. So this can affect the layout by actually reducing the expected space between elements. So in order to
Okay.
prevent it, so we can use the padding or the border instead of margins.
Mm-hmm.
So or we can set display properties, just like we can use the flex, or we can also use the grid, which don't collapse margins. So basically, so by using this behavior, we can simplify spacing, and it will making it easier to manage the consistent gaps between the elements,
Mm-hmm.
so by without
Okay.
adding extra CSS rules. So yeah, this is the
Okay.
scenario. Yeah.
Thank you. So, can you please tell me one question,
Yeah.
what are data types in JavaScript? The basic
Uh,
one.
okay, so basically the data types in JavaScript are the categories that tell us that what kind of
Mm.
data we can store and what kind of data we can manipulate. So basically, it's
Okay.
like so think of them. It's like a different type of container. So for storing the value
Mm.
various items. So JavaScript have the several basic data types. So we have the numbers
Mm.
for countings and a string for text, and we have the booleans for the true false values and objects for more complex collections of data.
Okay.
So
Mm.
there are also special types of data, just like a null, and we have the undefined for absent or an unassigned value. So this is the data types of the JavaScript in JavaScript.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, have you used null or undefined values? Like, if yes, so can you please tell me the difference between them?
Yeah, basically I just use the null and undefined. So in JavaScript,
Mm.
so null and undefined both represent the absence of a value, but it's a
Okay.
slight, but it's in slightly different ways. So basically, the null is intentionally having an empty box. So it's used when we want to explicitly show that there is
Mm.
nothing there. And on other hand, when we talk about the undefined, so undefined is just like having a box that was never filled in the first place. So it shows that variable has been given a value yet.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is the
Okay.
difference between null and undefined.
Okay. 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 All right. So, how does JavaScript handle type coercion?
Uh, Type coercion in JavaScript is like a program trying to make
Uh,
a different types of data to play nicely
mm-hmm.
together. So by automatically changing one type to another. So
Mm-hmm.
let's take an example. If we try to add a number to a string, so JavaScript will
Uh-huh.
convert the number into the string, so it can combine them. So this help
Okay.
us avoid errors, and it can actually can lead to an unexpected result. So if we are not careful,
Mm-hmm.
so this is the JavaScript. This is how basically the JavaScript handle coercion.
Okay. Okay. All right. Uh, okay. So, what is DOM?
Uh, DOM. So basically,
Yeah,
DOM
document object model.
DOM stands for document object model. So
Mm.
it is a way that JavaScript interact with HTML and in order to interact with CSS to manipulate a web page. So
Mm.
it's like a bridge that let JavaScript change the text and in order to change the style or structure or web page dynamically. So
Okay.
we give an example. So it's like a tree where each element is a branch, and that can JavaScript can access or to modify, or even JavaScript can remove. So by making our page
Mm.
interactive and dynamic. So this is I think the DOM.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so like how would you access an element by its ID by using JavaScript?
Okay, so in JavaScript we can access an HTML element by its
Mm-hmm.
ID by using the get element by ID method. So
Mm-hmm.
this methods looks through the web page for an element with a specific ID.
Mm-hmm.
So and it allows us to
Okay.
work with it directly in our script. So it's like calling
Mm-hmm.
someone by a unique name to get their attention in a crowded room. So this is like
Mm-hmm.
the JavaScript. We can access the element by using the get element by ID method. It's yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's all.
Okay, okay. So, okay, so what's the difference between inner HTML and text content?
Okay, so inner HTML and text content.
Yeah.
Okay, so inner HTML and text content are both ways to get or we can to set a content in HTML element by using the JavaScript,
Mm-hmm.
but they handle the
Okay.
content differently. So when we talk about the inner HTML, so it deals with the HTML inside an element. It can include all the HTML text, so we can change the structure and style. And when we talk
Mm-hmm.
about the text content, so basically,
Mm-hmm.
it ignores any HTML text and deal with strictly with the text itself. So yeah,
Okay.
it make it safer for the plain text without altering
Mm-hmm.
any format or without altering any structure. So this is the difference between inner HTML and text content.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay, okay. So, can you please explain how this keyword exactly works in JavaScript?
This keyword. So
Yeah.
yeah, I can explain this. So in JavaScript, so this keywords refer to the object that is currently being
Mm-hmm.
used. So think of
Okay.
it as a way for for a functions or a method inside the object to
Mm-hmm.
access other part of the same object. Yeah, so it's like a variable or other function. So the meaning
Okay.
of this keyword can change depending on how and where it's used. So I
Mm,
think this is all I know about this keywords work in JavaScript.
okay. 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 So, how does this keyword behave in an arrow function when we compare to a regular function?
Uh, Okay, so basically in JavaScript, so these keywords behave differently in arrow functions as compared
Mm-hmm.
to the regular function. So in a regular
Mm-hmm.
function, so this keyword can change based on how the function is called. But
Mm-hmm.
when we talk about it's in arrow function, so this keyword is fixed.
Mm-hmm.
And it refers to the object that was in a scope when the arrow
Mm-hmm.
function was created. So this
Mm-hmm.
makes arrow functions especially useful for cases where we need
Mm-hmm.
to maintain the context. So just like in event handlers or the callbacks. So this is how
Okay.
the keywords behave in arrow functions as compared to the regular function.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, can you please tell me what are the closures in JavaScript and how are they useful?
Closures in JavaScript.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, Basically the closures in JavaScript are functions that remember and that can access variables from a place where they were originally created. So even after that place is finished, it's running. So this is useful because it allows us to keep certain variables private and protected from outside interference,
Mm-hmm.
and it maintains states in otherwise stateless environment. So basically the closures are particularly handy in situations like event handling and when working with
Mm-hmm.
asynchronous code. So this is,
Okay.
yeah, this is closures in JavaScript and how they are useful.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Yeah, nice. So moving to some uh, follow-up question on this. So can you please tell me what are some common pitfalls associated with these closures?
Uh, okay, so basically the
Mm.
closures in JavaScript can sometimes use more memory that needed
Mm-hmm.
by holding into unnecessary variables. So this can
Okay.
also cause bugs when we use inside stoops, and because they might not behave
Mm-hmm.
as expected. So additionally, so closures can create memory leaks if they keep variables alive longer than needed. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is the I think the common pitfalls associated with closures, and by
Mm.
understanding their scopes and life cycles, so it helps avoid these problems as well. So yeah, I think this is
Okay.
the common pitfalls associated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So, okay. So have you worked with asynchronous in JavaScript?
Yeah, I just work with asynchronous
So can
JavaScript.
you just explain like how these things work? Like what is this asynchronous JavaScript?
Okay, so basically the asynchronous JavaScript allows part of our code to run separately from
Mm-hmm.
the main flow. So by letting the
Mm-hmm.
browser perform other tasks while waiting for
Mm-hmm.
certain operation to complete. So it's like fetching
Okay.
data or running time consuming
Mm-hmm.
application. So basically this keeps web application responsive as they don't need
Mm-hmm.
to pause everything while waiting for these operations to finish. So I think this is the main concept of asynchronous JavaScript. So yeah, that's
Okay. 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 So, one question on the this promises and also what's the difference between callbacks promises and this async wait?
Uh, uh, okay, so basically the
Mm-hmm.
callbacks are functions that passed into other functions to run after
Okay.
a task completed. So, but they can lead to the complex callbacks hell. So when nested deeply. So
Okay.
to simplify basically these problems by managing asynchronous operations more cleanly, and it
Mm-hmm.
lets us chain actions and handle errors effectively. And when we talk
Okay.
about the async await, so basically it builds on promises and along and it will be allow us to write asynchronous code that looks and behave like synchronous code one, and it make it easier to read and to maintain. And so yeah, this is the difference between the callbacks promise and async await, I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Got it. So, like as you shared some information on async await, so like how would you handle error propagation in async await functions?
uh, Error propagation,
Yeah.
I think I'm not aware deeply of.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. That is fine. That is fine.
But
Okay. No problem. So, are you aware
mm,
on event delegation JavaScript?
yeah, I just know little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can you please explain this?
yeah, actually. So basically, the delegations in JavaScript is a technique where instead of adding an event listener to each individual element, we can add a single event listener to its parent element. So
Yeah.
basically, this listener checks which child element triggers the event, and it will handles it accordingly. So this make
Mhm.
managing events easier, and it will improve performance also. So this is the event delegations in JavaScript.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. So, moving to the next follow-up question on the event delegation. So, like, how would you implement event delegation on a list like where each item need to react to clicks?
Sorry.
How would you implement event delegation on a
Yeah.
list where each item needs to react to clicks?
Uh, Okay, so basically to implement event delegations on a list where each items need
Mm-hmm.
to react click, so we can add
Mm-hmm.
one event listener to the parent element of the list item.
Okay.
So
Okay.
in the event handler functions, so
Mm-hmm.
by using the event dot target to identify which
Mm-hmm.
item was clicked. So we can
Okay.
check if the clicked element is a list item, and then perform the desired action. So basically, this
Okay.
approach manage all click through a single pathway, and it makes code cleaner and more efficient, and yeah, it will improve
Mm.
performance also. So this is how we
Okay.
can implement it.
So, okay, okay. Got it, got it. So, how does JavaScript handle modules?
uh, uh, JavaScript. So basically, the JavaScript handle modules by allowing us to break up our
Mm-hmm.
code into separate files, and each containing the specific functionality, or each containing a specific
Mm-hmm.
data. So this makes our
Okay.
code more organized and manageable. So we can then
Mm-hmm.
import these modules wherever wherever we need them in our
Mm-hmm.
other JavaScript files. So it make it easy to reuse the code across our project. So
Mm-hmm.
this is how the
Okay.
JavaScript handle.
And what about the benefits of using these modules?
Uh, so when we talk about the benefits, so by using the modules in JavaScript, so it helps to organize our code into manageable pieces, and it make it
Mm-hmm.
easier to maintain and to understand. So basically, the modules allow us to reuse the code across the different part of our project, and which can also
Mm-hmm.
save times, and it will reduce errors by not having to rewrite the same code again and again. So they also help in keeping the global namespace clean, and it will reduce the
Mm-hmm.
likelihood of a code conflict. So this is, I think, the benefits of using the modules in JavaScript.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. So, moving ahead. How do you import and export statements? I mean, how do import and export statements helps in building modular code?
Uh, okay, so import and export statements helps in building modular code. So I think the import and export statements in JavaScript helps build modular code by controlling how functionalities are shared between different files. So basically, the export statement allow us to make a part of modules available to other files. So just like the functions or just like the variables. So and by using the import, we can actually then access these exported files in other files where they are needed whenever we need it. So basically, this structure
Mm-hmm.
support building a well organized code base. So where each modules has a clear purpose and dependency. So yeah, so this is, I think, import
Okay.
export statement helps.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So, moving ahead, can you discuss the memory leaks in JavaScript?
Uh, okay, so memory leak memory leaks in JavaScript happen when our applications retain memory it no longer needed. So which can slow down or even crash the applications over time. So basically the common causes includes the forgotten timers or subscriptions or detached DOM element. So detached DOM element is still referenced by scripts and extensive global variables. So and by being mindful of how we can manage and clean up references in our code can help prevent these leaks also. So this is, I think, the memory leaks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm, okay. So, what are some common causes of memory leaks in JavaScript?
Common causes of memory leaks. So as I
Mm-hmm.
said earlier, that common causes of memory leaks in JavaScript includes unintended global variables and forgotten timers or callbacks or detached DOMs element that are still referenced in JavaScript code. So these are some common causes
Okay.
of memory leaks. And these issues
Mm-hmm.
occur when data that is no longer needed is not properly cleaned up and in
Okay.
preventing it from being reclaimed by the garbage collector. So basically, this accumulation of unused data can slow down the applications over time
Mm-hmm.
as it's consume more memory. So this is the common use of memory leaks in JavaScript and
Okay.
how
Okay.
actually, yeah.
Okay. So, what are JavaScript design patterns?
uh, JavaScript design patterns. So basically, the
Mm-hmm.
JavaScript design patterns are reusable solution to common programming problems.
Mm-hmm.
So they provide a structure approach to writing codes and which makes the code easier to manage and to maintain. So basically, by using the design pattern, we can help prevent issues and save times in our long run. And they have been tested and proven to work effectively in various scenarios. So these are the JavaScript design patterns. So yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So, can you explain singleton pattern and its use case in JavaScript?
Okay, so basically the singleton pattern in JavaScript ensure that a class has only one instances and it provides a
Mm-hmm.
global point of access to that instances. So it's
Okay.
useful when we need an extra one object to coordinate actions across the system.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take an
Mm-hmm.
example. So for example, in managing a single configuration object or a shared resources pool, so by using a singleton pattern can prevent issues related to having multiple instances. So such as the inconsistent data or inconsistent behavior. So this is the example. Yeah. And it's use case in JavaScript.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, mm, okay. So, what's the event loop? Can you give
Uh,
some overview on this event loop?
Okay, so basically the event loop in JavaScript is a system that helps
Mm-hmm.
to manage how tasks are executed in a computer program
Yeah.
and it waits for tasks to process them once at a time and to manage
Mm-hmm.
tasks that are waiting in line. So basically this is the important concept in JavaScript to make sure that the web
Mm-hmm.
page can run smoothly and to respond to user actions just like click without freezing. So this is the
Okay.
event flow in JavaScript.
Okay. So, how does this event loop actually? affect the performance of a JavaScript application?
Okay, so basically the event loop affect the performance of a JavaScript application. So by managing how tasks are executed without causing delays
Mhm.
or without freezing the user interface. And it does this by alternating between the executing tasks, and it will allow the
Mhm.
browser to update the pages. And basically this keeps the application responsive, and if the event loop is overloaded with tasks, so it can slow down the applications as well, and it lead to the
Mhm.
poor user experience. So by managing the task efficiently is crucial for good performance. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I'll ask you some code-based questions. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to share your screen and
Okay.
open VS Code editor. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So I'll give you some questions one by one,
okay. Okay.
and
So
I'll ask you what to do exactly. Okay.
okay.
So once you are ready with VS Code, please let me know.
Okay. So wait, I will share my screen. So should I open this VSS code as well?
Yeah, please open.
I'm just making this project. Just wait. Yeah.
Okay. So first, I'm giving you a one HTML
Okay.
line. Okay.
Okay.
I'm just pasting this in a chat box. Okay, just paste in your VS Code. Okay.
Okay. Just wait a second.
Hmm?
Just wait a second.
Yeah, yeah. No problem.
Yeah. So do I make this a format?
Hmm?
What I can't hear you properly. So what you're saying?
Okay,
Yes.
I'm saying I'll share you one HTML element. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
in this chat box, and I'll ask you. I'll give you some a task on that. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Fine.
Like, give me a second.
Okay.
So you are ready, right?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Okay. Can you check your chat box? This Zoom chat box.
Yeah. Just got it.
Yeah. Can you please copy here? So that I can see in your screen.
Yes. So first I need to just make. So I need to make the separate files for practice. Can I?
Do anything like what which you are comfortable. Just do quickly.
Okay.
Yeah. So just write that line here, that HTML element here.
Okay. Wait. Yeah, I just pasted that
Okay.
HTML.
Yeah. So this is in line number 8. This is what I have provided you, right?
Okay.
It's a div and ID is example. So your task, basically your task is to change the background color of this HTML element to red
Okay, so
and
by
show me in
using
the
CSS. Okay, so
yeah, yeah, you
okay,
can obviously need to use CSS for this.
okay, okay.
You can just do inline as well. I mean, that's not an issue.
By
Yeah, by adding head or by inside the div or external also, it's up to you.
okay, so I can make the extra. Just
Okay.
yeah, okay. So I need to change the background color to the red. Am I right?
Yes, yes. Correct,
Okay,
correct.
so first I think I need to select this by using the ID. So just yeah, I just
Uh, can you please show me
okay,
like
in
in any
console.
browser, in console or browser, anything?
Okay. So I just changed the background color to red.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Nice, nice. Yeah, so moving ahead to the different question. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so uh you have to write a JavaScript code
Okay.
to change the text of a div element, right?
Mhm.
With the ID example to hello.
Okay. Fine.
Mm.
So I need to change the text basically.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a second. First, I need to create the JS file. And okay, so I need to change the text to hello. Okay, so
Yeah, yeah. Text to hello and use this ID example.
this one. Okay, so first,
Yeah.
first I need to uh, okay, so text. Yeah, I just then
Okay.
yeah,
Can you
there.
show? Mm, okay. Okay. So yeah, this activity is done. Now let's move to the different activity.
Okay.
I'll ask you a JavaScript program to write. Okay.
Okay.
So please write a function that takes two numbers as arguments and display their sum in an alert box.
Display there's some in so I need to write the
Yes, yes,
functions that takes two arguments. Am I right?
yes, 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 yes.
Okay, so sure. Okay, so let's create this. Okay, so this will return some. Yeah, I think I just did. Yeah, so it takes the two argument, that is num1 and n2, and it will return
Mhm.
the sum. So
Can you show the output?
okay, so first we have to take the input as an example. Input that takes into so
Okay, just do one thing.
yeah.
So you don't, I don't want to show here the correct answer. You recently changed the text for that ID example, right?
Yeah,
To hello, right?
yeah.
Now change this text content to the sum, this sum.
Uh,
I mean, instead of hello, we can see the sum
Instead of
of
hello,
these. Yes, I just want to see the sum of these number one and number two, number one, number two.
okay, so you so but instead of hello, you want to see the sum.
Yes, yes, correct.
Okay, so I think you just need to alert the sum. Sure. Is
No,
this
we can do. So just uncomment this first line.
first line?
Yeah,
This one.
uncomment the first line. Yes, yes. Uncomment.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and just copy the third line and paste into the ninth line.
Yeah. I just pasted.
Okay, so here just uncomment this, and
Okay.
instead of hello,
You just wanted to.
first, yeah, yeah, first let this line here as it is. After eighth line,
Yeah.
just get the sum of I mean pass the value uh
Sum,
number one
sum
and
of.
number two and store the sum value in any variable
Okay, so we have to take it.
after this line.
So
Yeah.
let sum of it. So I just what are you saying? I just can't
Yeah,
got
I
it.
mean, just call this function inside the sum of method pass one or two any number.
Instead the sum of, yeah, here.
Yeah, yeah, pass one or two,
Yeah.
and then just semicolon. So just to close this. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got it.
Okay. So here we are just storing the sum value in the total. It
Okay.
means it would be three here. Okay. So now here instead of colon, remove this colon and SU. Yeah, just write total dot because this is number, so we need to convert to string.